Cricket bowlers' actions are a smorgasbord of different angles and shapes and seemingly unnatural movements, all of which are completely unique to the bowler themselves. Now, after a couple hundred years of overarm bowling, some elements of the bowling action have become stock standard, and we umpires generally know where to look for the things that we're trying to adjudge as the ball travels down the pitch. But sometimes, the game will throw you something different.
The next Pakistan bowler, Sohail Tanveer.
बिल्कुल बड़ा अजीबोगरीब एक्शन है और ऑकवर्ड एक्शन है और बल्लेबाज के लिए परेशानी भी होती हो और फिर लंबे ऊंचे कद के हैं उनको उछाल मिलता है लैंड करने से पहले उन्होंने बॉल
Bowlers like this pop up pretty frequently in the club game, although we don't get to see them in the pro ranks very often. We call these guys wrong-footed bowlers, or that they bowl off the wrong foot. If you come from skateboarding, you might call them goofy-footed. And you can just sort of see from this screenshot that there's a bit of a disconnect between where the arm is and where the foot is in a natural throwing or bowling motion. So usually when you're throwing a ball, or in cricket when you're bowling a ball, you're a right-hander like this guy, you're coming in and this left foot, the opposite foot, will land well before the ball has reached its highest point, the arm has reached its highest point, and the ball is being released. But you can see here that this is a right-hander and the left foot is still off of the ground. Now what this does for umpires is make it difficult for this umpire to see whether or not this man has bowled a front foot no ball, because by the time that they are watching the foot hit the ground, this ball will already be more than a quarter of the way down the pitch, and the umpire would like to have their eyes down the other end checking for LBWs and other dismissals. Two best tips for me are to use your practices and procedures and use the knowledge that you already have to gain an understanding of when and when not there might be an issue with the front foot here pushing across that popping crease. What that means is before the game, try and take note of the bowlers warming up. And if you see somebody warming up with a strange action that you haven't seen before, go over, stand in your normal umpiring position, but where the players are warming up, and allow that bowler to run past you a few times so that you get an idea of what it looks like. You can try and time when it is that his foot is landing versus when it is that the ball is being released, and that way when you get into the game, it won't be the first time that you've seen it. But if this is the first time you're seeing a bowler like this, you've got to be prepared with the skills you already have. Remember that the process of looking at the popping crease and the front foot is very quick and doesn't involve moving your head. It's literally this quick. So just do that the way that you normally would. Get a read on where their body is in relation to yours, how long their legs are, where it is that they're starting this action from, and do your best to deduce whether or not their standard ball will be bowled correctly. Once you understand their rhythm a little bit, do take an extra 1/100th of a second to see when that foot is going to fall. And if you start to suspect that they're pushing that heel a little bit forward, you can tell them that. Remember, you can always go up to a bowler and say, hey, you're pushing that front foot a little bit. Please pull it back. Of course, in professional cricket these days, we often have television third umpires with automatic no ball technology who will be checking every single delivery to make sure that it's not a no ball. But even at high quality club and first class level, this technology is often not available, and umpires need to put into practice mitigating factors so that they make sure the ball is being delivered legally.